There's one there.
It was inside the head of house box.
It's not.
It was.
It's not.
She came and lied.
It's not.
Chance of winning and having to share it with that.
Head of house Ilebaye.
Yes, big brother.
Does your merchandise fit?
Perfectly, big brother.
I don't think it's not today this thing. It don't do.
Provocation is not fucking allowed.
Is it this particular pay? I know they even, for now, I know they blame her.
Guys, when this whole grandmaster situation was happening yesterday, I was just wishing that I could just literally have a conversation with all of you right there and then, because I was completely baffled. I was baffled. I just could not wrap my head around how three grown-ass women that have prided themselves so much in their achievement, that have bragged endlessly for over 8 weeks about all they've achieved in life, about their level of education, their level of smartness, their level of intelligence. Guys, I just couldn't wrap my head around how, with all that they claim they are, they were so blinded by jealousy, by hate, by bias, to the extent that the answer to all the unnecessary questions they were asking was right in front of them. How did they not see that Ilebaye's merch was quite different from the merch that everybody else was wearing? How did they not see it? Could Ilebaye's merch have fit Suma? Could Ilebaye's merch have fit Cross? Could Ilebaye's merch have fit Mercy? Mercy, oh, let's not even go to Venita. Mercy, oh, Angel. What about Angel? Could Ilebaye's merch have fit Angel, CEECEE, Mercy? Guys, 3 grown-ass women. How? Oh, especially Venita. Venita that is always talking about, I'm intelligent, I'm creative, I am da-da-da-da, I'm da-da-da-da-da-da, bada-beam, bada-bam, bada-boom, I am this, I am all of it. How did Venita's smartness not point her to the very, very glaring fact that Ilebaye was already preordained the games master? How? You know what? Let's get into this video and talk about the games master situation. Yeah. Guys, there's a lot to analyze. Let's get into it, all right? And as usual, I would love to hear your thoughts about it all in the comment section below. So please go ahead and share. And yeah, the most important question, how did you feel when that whole drama was happening? How did you feel? What was your emotion like? Were you okay? Were you upset? Were you angry? Were you entertained? What was the highlight for you? Please go ahead and share in the comment section below. And of course, I will give you the details and I will share mine as well, all right? And special greetings to every single one of you. You are all welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bbnaija. This is Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija, and I am the girl with the T. Quick reminder, guys, by 1 p.m. WAT today, we're going to be having our YouTube live conversation. So please make it a deal with us. Do not miss out. There's actually a lot to unpack, and I cannot wait to interact with every single one of you, all right? So please make sure you come through, all right? I look forward to seeing all of you. And for those of you that are new here and you are yet to officially become a part of this community, please do not hesitate to do exactly what you see on your screen. Kindly subscribe and turn on your post notification bell, all right, so that you always receive updates of my uploads, all right? And please like this video and feel free to share it. Now quickly, let's proceed with the details of this conversation. Prior to the games master situation, there was already tension in the house the whole of yesterday. Yeah, I did a video sharing with you all about how it seemed like there was a gang up, you know, against Ilebaye, especially from some of the guys and most of the female housemates towards, or should I say, against Ilebaye. Yes, I talked about how Mercy had aggressively lashed out Ilebaye unprovoked for no just reason. If you missed out on that video, please go ahead and watch that video. I dropped all the details right there. Now, with that mood in the house, the housemates had their diary session and a lot had been said. I'm going to do a video about the diary session because there's a lot to analyze, guys. It was a roller coaster. Yeah, it was a roller coaster. So look out for that video. That video is going to be dropping very soon. Now, they had their diary session and the interaction between Big Brother and Ilebaye shows that there was a possibility that Big Brother was trying to help Ilebaye, reinstate her authority as the head of house in the house. Yes, because most of the things that some of the housemates had complained about during their diary session was the fact that there was some level of disrespect, not most of them anyways, but just some of them that were quite honest, yes, was that there was some level of disrespect from certain housemates towards Ilebaye, the head of house, yes. And Ilebaye's diary session was sort of an emotional roller coaster as well. And that was because Big Brother actually really pushed her to talk about it. She did not want to talk about it. Yeah, she was literally bottling everything up. But not to deviate too much, fast forward to the Oraimo task. Big Brother had called Ilebaye to the diary room and had given her 2 boxes. One contains the brief, and then the other box, as usual, contained cards for a lucky dip. Now, we know that the lucky dip process is how the housemates have been selecting their groups or their teams, and that is how the games master have been determined or decided so far in the season. Now, another thing we're all aware of is the fact that in Biggie's house, things change. There is no static method of doing things. Big Brother changes his style every now and then, to either alter the course of events in the house or to create some newness, some level of freshness in the house. And that was exactly what Big Brother did yesterday. Now, unlike previously, when the card for the games master would be put in the same box for the lucky dip, this time around the card was actually put in the box that contained the brief, and the brief was hidden, like the card was hidden behind the brief. Now, Angel was trying to explain to them that it was probably Big Brother that assigned the role to Ilebaye. But CEECEE, Venita, and Mercy remained adamant that it was a lie, that Ilebaye cheated, that she had, picked the card right from the diary room, that why didn't Big Brother stop her? In fact, they started blaming Big Brother, that Big Brother allowed Ilebaye to cheat. So guys, for me, it was just so weird because if you think about it logically or even realistically, how could it have been possible that Ilebaye went into the diary room, collected those boxes, beneath Big Brother's nose, right? Like Big Brother, of course, is watching, that she would take her time to search for the Games Master card, take it and put it inside the brief box, and Big Brother would not even stop her. Like, how? And then she would come. Because guys, if you had watched what happened, immediately she came out of the diary room, she had immediately gone straight to the head of house throne, sat down there. So what time did Ilebaye have to search for that card in the lucky dip box and then steal it as they were insinuating and then put it in the brief box? How does that even make sense? How? So Angel, even though she was trying to explain to them, fact still remains that even she did not understand, like she wasn't really convinced of her own explanation, and so she left room for more doubt, because one minute she would explain and then the next minute she would also be questioning Big Brother and also trying to swing towards Venita, Mercy and CEECEE's side. So it was so ridiculous because the guys were practicing. Guys, in fact, they were practicing for the task. They were perfecting their dance moves and everything. And everybody just silenced the girls. Like, he wasn't even responding to, she wasn't even listening to them. She went to go and stay with the guys. And the guys started discussing it. And thank God, for the first time, Adekunle was not on Venita's side. Adekunle was not taking Venita's side. Adekunle was actually saying the truth. I'm like, yeah, so this guy is capable of telling the truth. And it was like, that Ilebaye should ignore them because it's not something that just started today, that obviously it's a build-up of all the drama. And the guys too were concluding that, that Big Brother was very smart, that Big Brother obviously had made things happen that way, just to reinstate Ilebaye's authority as the head of house, because her governance has not been particularly easy, right? And they also see it as Big Brother trying to teach her patience and leadership and growth, you know. So they were just using the opportunity to advise her that, listen, all these things that's happening, it should teach you, you know, how to also be kind to people so that when it is your turn, you would not, you know, hit a roadblock. And it was just a good conversation. But the girls were in the lounge, not rehearsing, but they were nagging, complaining, saying all manner of vile things against Big Brother, against Ilebaye. Guys were going on. And then Venita decided to put on a cloak of self-righteousness as usual. And that was when she started shouting. I mean, she outrightly refused to rehearse with the girls. She said she was not going to rehearse. She was not going to invest her creativity, her wisdom, her knowledge, her information, blah, blah, blah. She's not going to invest anything to the task because if they win, then it means Ilebaye will now enjoy that luxury of winners, you know, from them for something that she put her blood and sweat into, that it's against what she believes in, it's against her brand, it's against her ideology, it's against her blah, blah. I'm like, she was just going on and on and on and on. Like, I was just looking at Venita like this. I'm like, wow. As educated, as exposed, as informed that you have claimed to be, Venita, can't you see that Ilebaye's merch is completely different from everybody else's merch? Every other person was either wearing brown or dark green. Ilebaye's merch was neon lemon color. How was that so? Like, guys, it's like a fly is right here on top of your nose and you're like, oh, where is the fly? Where is the fly? Like a Tesco. The fly is right here on your nose. You're looking for it. Guys, Venita, CEECEE, and Mercy just completely made a fool of themselves yesterday. And it was quite entertaining to watch. Guys, these girls put their hypocrisy on full display on live TV. They made it so obvious that indeed there was a gang up against Ilebaye from 3 of them. You see that gang up that we saw happen in the first week that ran into the second week. Guys, yesterday was like a reenactment of that entire scenario. If there was no rule against violence in the house, I'm sure that those girls would have beat up Ilebaye for just being games master. For them, they concluded already that she cheated, that she stole the card. So I was even wondering, like, okay, fine. Say, for instance, the card was inside the box. Could 3 of you have become the games master? Could 3 of you? Guys, these girls refused to rehearse. Venita literally left their rehearsal. She went to the dining and was investing all her energy into, you know, designing the wager presentation. Something that they had been begging these people to come and do since, so she now finally went to go and be doing it. And then that was from there where she was shouting and talking about, this is against my brand, it's against what I believe in, it's against that. She's just talking a lot. I mean, I was over here, I was thinking that look at them, hypocrites. If it was Ilebaye that was doing what Venita was doing, if it was Ilebaye that was doing what Mercy and CEECEE were doing, refusing to rehearse because she felt cheated, guys, we know what would have happened by now. The whole house would have roasted Ilebaye alive. They would have ensured that they triggered her to the point of provocation, that she would react and that she would get disqualified last night. But look at them, big aunties, senior citizens, they were doing it. And nobody could hold them accountable. It was the hypocrisy for me. The stench of the hypocrisy, oh my God, was worse than the sewage. Very bad. And then Biggie tried to diffuse the whole situation by summoning the whole house to the lounge to address their concerns. CEECEE decided to be the spokesperson for her coven. And then she spoke and said, this is why they're upset. That how did Ilebaye get the card? That they feel like she cheated, she stole the card. Big Brother had to give pointers. Big Brother said, look at what Ilebaye is wearing. Is it the same as what everybody else is wearing? They said no. Biggie asked Ilebaye where she found the card. Ilebaye said she found it in the brief box. Biggie said Ilebaye should go and bring her merch box. She brought it. And Biggie said, oh, was there a Games Master, tag on the box? Ilebaye said yes. She had already torn it, but she still had the pieces, and then she had shown it to them. Big Brother said, the merch Ilebaye is wearing, could it have fit anybody else in the house? They said no. And I'm glad that when people that called the housemates, to the lounge, they had asked, what's the problem? The guys had quickly shouted that no, they don't have any issues, they don't have any problem with that, they understand the situation. But the girls were still stewing in their hate and their anger. So by the time Big Brother gave all the pointers, these people were looking, guys, they were looking shamed. But guess what? Despite that disgrace, that public show of shame, that public show of ridiculousness, that public show of, I don't know, should I call it a lack of awareness or a lack of consciousness of what's happening in their environment, they were still adamant. Guess what? They did not have anything to blame on Ilebaye anymore. But guess what? CEECEE now brought from another angle. CEECEE and Mercy, in fact, all of them, they now brought it from another angle. That Ilebaye actually triggered them into anger. That if she had not made that joke about she finding the card in the Lucky D box, that they would not have seen anything to it, that she triggered them. CEECEE was now saying that that's a provocation. She provoked us. That's a provocation. Guys, I was looking at CEECEE like this, I'm like, wow. Is this girl really a lawyer? Did she really study law? Because I'm baffled. I'm baffled at this level of thinking. I'm baffled. I mean, guys, it was a delusion for me. The delusion, the hypocrisy, the stench of their hate. The gang up was real. It was real. They were blaming it all on Ilebaye. In fact, they were not saying that, that they know that they've already lost the task, that if it wasn't for Ilebaye that provoked them by making that joke, that they would have rehearsed. Now, Mercy now started saying that no, that for that rehearsal part, that she's not going to blame Ilebaye, that she knows what she will say, but she will not say it. Guys, she wanted to blame Venita because Venita was the one that broke off the group, left the rehearsal, and said that she was not going to rehearse because if they won, Ilebaye was going to share in their wins. So all the fault, of course, was for Venita, but because those girls were cowards, they were scared. They did not want to point fingers at Venita. Instead, they decided to stick to their hate, the stench of their hypocrisy, their ignorance, blatant ignorance. Guys, I enjoyed how ridiculed they were yesterday. Listen, their shame was entertaining for me. The fact that they looked shamed, the fact that they looked ridiculous, the fact that they looked disgraced, it was quite entertaining for me. Because even a layman, even anybody that was not watching the show, that just tuned into channel 198 and stumbled on that whole situation, they would have seen clearly that there was a different role assigned to Ilebaye by virtue of the difference in the merch that she was wearing. That alone was outstanding. That alone was very, very obvious for anybody to see. But those girls, they decided to be blinded by their hypocrisy, by their... You know what, guys? Just go ahead, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys on another video. But I just thought I should let you know that those of you that have been supporting your faves, can you see how they disgraced you? Can you see how they disgraced you? What do you have to say now? What do you have to say now? Anyways, guys, I'll see you all on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija. In the meantime, let me know your thoughts about this ridiculousness. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys on another video soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.